Hello, are you ready to do some paper pumpkin? So we are doing our February kit. I finally got mine. Oh, I don't remember what day it was. Like last Friday, Thursday. It took a little longer this time, I think, between all the snow that went through and just everything being slower. But it's here, so that's why I had to postpone it from last week. So hopefully everybody has theirs by now, and you will be able to play along with me. If you've just happened across this and you don't know what Paper Pumpkin is, it is a kit that Stampin' Up! Does every month, and it comes straight to your door. So it's a perfect, hey Nancy, welcome. I bet you are having fun with that new grandbaby. Hey Betty. So this is a kit that comes straight to your door, and it comes in a cute little box. Sometimes the boxes are different if it's something special, but it comes in a box, has everything you need. You may need some scissors, is usually about the only thing you need to add to it. It will come with all the embellishments. It will come with ribbon, twine, whatever is needed, adhesive. So really the only thing you may need are some scissors or tweezers or something. I'll show you, like when I'm doing my sequins, I used my tweezers. It comes with instructions, so you can see the cards here. It has alternate ideas on the back, and then it'll have instructions for you. And if you can't figure out something, there's a video on YouTube. I don't remember if it tells you here where it is, but if you go on YouTube, yeah, here, pumpkinhowto.com. Oh, good. Oh, Nancy. So Nancy is joining us, and she just had her first grandbaby. Her daughter had a little girl, and so she's up there having fun with that new grandbaby, and she has to leave at the end of the week. I'm so sorry, Nancy. That will be hard. I'm so thankful mine will be close by when I have one. Excuse me. Okay, so you get instructions, you get access to a video. I do a video and show putting them together, and then everybody that's a part of my team or orders Paper Pumpkin from me, I give them the materials to make a bonus project. And so I always demonstrate that at the end of this video. To get this, you have to sign up, and I will put in the comments a link for it by the 10th of the month to get the next month. So that is tomorrow for March. March, you're going to get 4 free stencils, and these are a lot of fun. We'll have to play with those next month. Looks like you can make a whole scene with it. You've got the sun, you've got stars, clouds, mountains. That will be fun to play with. So if you're interested in this, I will put the link in the comments here and in the description on YouTube, because I'm going to try and upload this to YouTube, of where to sign up for this if you're not already getting it and you're interested. It's around, I believe it's around $22. They've changed the price. It was $20 and it had to go up a little bit last year. I think it's around $22. Like I said, it's all inclusive. This one is making 9 cards, 3 of each. Sometimes they are 3D items, like little gift where you can put little treats and stuff in, little treat holders. But it's really a lot of fun. And before the pandemic, we would get together at Yogurt Mountain and put our kits together. Right now, we're still doing it just kind of this way, where I just show you live. But eventually, we'll be able to get back together and put them together in person. Okay, enough chit-chat. Let's get started. Put these aside. We'll start with this one. Hopefully, it won't be too glary. It's got this real pretty gold on it. Oh, that's its envelope. Whoops. And these don't have a lot of stamping on them usually. And it comes with a stamp set. When you are done with your kit, I'm looking for the sleeve that has, here it is. When you are done with your kit, you'll have the cards or whatever. Hey, Michelle, she made it. You'll have the cards or whatever you've made, but then what you're left with is pretty much just the stamp set, which that may be kind of hard to see. And, you know, you may have a little bit of ribbon or embellishments left, but it's not like you're going to have a lot of stuff left that's going to take up a lot of space. So this is great, especially right now with the pandemic still going on. It's a perfect thing to get. All right, let's do our stamping first. And so it comes with Where did I put the one that came in it? I have the big ones, but it comes with a spot. Well, I've set it somewhere down on my messy desk and I can't see it. If I find it before we're done, I'll show it to you. It's got to be here somewhere. Oh, it's probably in the box. I think I left it in the box. Yes. So it comes with what they call a Stampin' Spot. So it's a small one of one of the colors. And I think they try not to repeat them for a year. So you'll get 12 different colors throughout the year. And then the next year they may have to repeat some. I have the big stamp pads of all of them, so I just go ahead and use those. These are photopolymer, so I'm going to go ahead and get my paper piercing mat. That just makes it a little bit easier, makes it stamp a little bit better when it's photopolymer. All right, so this one says, "Sorry for your loss." And so we're just going to stamp that right in the middle of this. And this is Mossy Meadow that we're using. There we go. I'm going to close that up so I don't make a mess. All right, that's all the stamping on this one. And let me, oh, I think I already got the, yep, I already did the whole twine. So they did, and they'll tell you in the directions how many inches this was. Maybe it was 15, nope, yep, 15 inches. But they'll tell you in the directions. This, they just used some of the glue dots that they send with it. Oh, sorry, Michelle. She said it's freezing up on her. Is anybody else having trouble? I hope not. Let me know if you're having problems. All right, so I'm just going to take some of these glue dots. I like to use my Take Your Pick tool for this. And I'll put one in the middle. And this just makes it easier. Betty says it's fine for her. Okay, good. So I don't think it's my internet. All right, and then you can just take these off. Nancy says hers is okay. Okay, good. I'm sorry, Michelle. Hopefully it'll clear up for you. Well, come on. There we go. And these little backings will end up everywhere. I'll find them all the way upstairs in my closet. All right, so we're just going to put this in the middle of our card, like that. And then they have you take the twine, and Betty, if you don't want to tie a bow, you can just kind of wrap it around like this and stick it to the back, and then you'll just have loops coming out. They have you tying a bow, which is always a challenge to figure out how to get it kind of in the middle. I need to start a little bit farther. And it's kind of curly. Betty says yes. Betty does not like bows. Once you get it about how you want it, then you're going to take one of those glue dots that came in it, or your own glue dots, and just put that in the middle of this. Whoop, there we go. And you're just going to stick your bow right on that, the knot of your bow on that. And then you're going to take dimensionals, which they also provide with you. And I'm kind of looking, I want to put it up on this corner. So I'm going to put them diagonal. So I know I want one up here, just because it will go over the twine a little bit better. There and there. I'm just going to get my bow spread out a little bit so it doesn't get stuck under. Don't stick yet. I'm not ready. Just try and center that. Whoops. Try not to untie your bow. Kind of pulled that loop a little bit, I think. And then if those are too long, you can always trim them. All right, and then the last step are these black sequins, and they already have adhesive on them, thankfully. So you can take your pick tool or your tweezers, whichever you prefer. I'm trying to see how many. Okay, so I did a large one down here and 2 small ones. And for these, I just look at the picture and just try and find them. Sometimes we have to have Allison help us. When we were doing this in person, she was better at finding them on the picture than we were. Her young eyes could find them. We'd be like, okay, Allison, where are they on this one? There we go. All right, now that one's done. That's the first one. Really pretty. I really like that. All right, let me get its envelope and set that aside. All right, the next one doesn't have any stamping on it. And one of the things they show you, so this is the next one we're going to do. One of the things they show you is to take off the backing of these stickers first. So it's in German and French. That looks like French to me. And then English, which is the one I understand. So let me get all my little pieces here. Okay. So they have you take off the backing of this, and then it's easier to get those words, but we're not quite ready for that. So the way they showed it on the video, and the way I did it too, is first I took these. I think it kind of went like that. I'm just looking at my other one. Like that. And I put them on the vellum first. So again, you can take some of these glue dots or your seal if you want to do that. If you don't want to mess with these glue dots. I know this was LaDale's favorite thing to mess with when she was coming and doing this with us. She loved these glue dots. She did not really. If you have this tool, they're not too bad. They are not as quick as just your tape run or your seal. But if I don't use them, then I end up with just a drawer full of these things. So I do try to use them some. All right. So put this one up here. And then, oops, come here. That one doesn't want to come. Okay. Make sure I added the actual glue dot. All right, Michelle's back. Hopefully it's better for you now, Michelle. I'm sorry it was freezing up on you before. All right. I'll put this one down here. And now that we have those on, we can turn it over and put our adhesive behind that. That way we don't have to worry about it showing through to the front. So just a little trick when you're working with vellum. And these are pretty strong little glue dots, so even if you don't have anything on the rest of it, it will still hold it just fine. All right, and then we will put this on our card. The only card that uses the twine is that first one. And I still had a little bit left over on mine. Get over there. Because I went ahead and cut for all 3. So I still have a little bit left over. So if you want to use some on your bonus project, you certainly could. All right, let's make sure this is opening the right way. And we're just going to center this on our card base, and I believe this is Rococo Rose, maybe it's what it looks like to me. Okay, now we're ready for our sentiment. I'll grab my tweezers. So they suggested taking them off with tweezers, and I found if I kind of rolled this, then it would kind of make it a little bit easier, because these are pretty thin little pieces here, like that one right there. I don't want that to break. And then, yep, see, you can't tell that when it's on the white. Oh, don't do it. So I don't know if you can see, but that didn't get all the way pulled out. It's hard to tell when it's still on that white backing, but once you pull it off of there, it's easy to see. And you do not have any extras of these. So if I mess this up, then it's going to be a French or a German card. Woo! Yeah, see, this is what I don't want, is for it to get stuck to my fingers. Yep, I'm just about to rip it all up, aren't I? Okay, so don't put it on your fingers. I'm trying to get this edge up so I can grab it with my tweezers. Stop. My goodness. I did not have this much trouble with the first one, let me tell you. Okay. Let's just see if we can get it started. Once we get it started, then we can get the rest of it to lay down. Because you can just kind of, well, you know, I did not have this much trouble with my first one, I promise you. There. Whew. Got it. All right, so just be careful getting it off of there, because if it gets stuck on your fingers, you can see what a mess it will make. Whoops, now I got little backings on there. And then the last step, oh, I didn't put any sequins on this one. I'll have to look at the picture and see if it had any. The last step is this little yellow flower, and it had dimensional on it. And so it just kind of tucks in right here. All right, let's look at our picture and see if it's supposed to have sequins. No, it does not. I do not see any sequins on this one, so I don't think it has any. Okay, so that is card number 2. That might have gotten a little bit crooked, but oh well. They will still enjoy the sentiment behind it. All right, card number 3. I think this one's my favorite. I just love the flowers in it. It's so pretty. So let's get all of our pieces. And 2 of them were kind of going sideways like this, and then one was up and down. So this one's going this way. Got pretty flowers. And this is the only thing we're stamping on. And I probably don't really need the pad for the words like this, but just to be safe, get some of these backings out of here. And this one, the sentiment is, I'll always be here for you. So we're just going to stamp that on this. Try to do it straight. Now it's a little low, but it'll be okay. All right, close this up again. And we're actually going to use that on our bonus card, so I'll keep it out. All right, again, that's all the stamping. This one is really easy, and just so you don't have to watch me mess with those glue dots anymore, we will do this with our seal. So you've got this yellow piece. You're going to put it down first. It's just so bright and cheery. Would really cheer somebody up. So it's a little bit towards the right, and then you've got some distance there at the bottom. I don't know. What is that? Do you know what that is? I don't know. And then the flower is flat. And it just goes over here. You just want to be sure it's not going off the edge. And then this little guy, Michelle said she moved. Okay, good. Maybe it's working better. Is up on dimensionals. Oops. All right, and he just goes right in there. And then this one does have some sequins. So it has one big, whoops, it didn't come with me. One big one, another big one, and one small one. There we go. All right, so that's the other card. I think that's my favorite, probably because I love those flowers. They're just so pretty. This one was probably the quickest one too. Okay, now you ready for our bonus project? So I always try and use the stamp set, and that's all the stamping that we do, all the stamps that we use. But then I'll sometimes throw in some designer series paper. I'm just cleaning off all these little backs before they get everywhere. But then I'll sometimes throw in some designer series paper or something else, and maybe another color. But I try not to do too much because you may not have all the colors. So this is the bonus project I came up with this time. You have 2 or 3 of these left over. Yeah, Nancy said she liked that flower one too. And so I won't send you one of these. You'll use the ones from your kit. If you use all yours up, then just cut a strip of white. It doesn't have to have the border around it. And then we're going to use this pretty flower stamp that's in the set that we didn't use, and then these little ones. So by the time you get done with all 4 of these, the 3 in the kit and this one, you'll have used almost every stamp in the set. Okay, so let's get started. What I will send you is this. So you'll have a piece of white for the inside. I didn't show you the inside. I stamped another flower. This is from the Tasteful Textiles, the one that has all the wood and then the just real pretty different textures. And so it's just a little strip of that pink. This is Blushing Bride, and I'm going to stamp on it in Rococo Rose. If you don't have Rococo Rose, you can use Blushing Bride. You can use any pink. If it's a real dark pink, you may want to stamp it off before you stamp on here. You might even be able to just use the Mossy Meadow on here. I didn't try that. But I used Rococo Rose. So let's do our stamping first. So I have, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a real pretty flower bouquet. So we will stamp it. Let's get our, oops, Stampin' Pierce mat again, just to make it stamp easier. So we've got Rococo Rose, and it's not going to all fit on there. So you just kind of figure out where you want to stamp it. I wanted to be sure I had the bow on there. There we go. And then we're going to do the same thing just in the corner of our inside. And if you don't want to write a lot, you can make it go almost all the way. If you have more to write, you can just kind of adjust it a little bit. Again, I want the bow in there. There we go. All right, that's all the Rococo Rose that we're going to do. Get that out of the way. And then we're done with that piece. Let's do our sentiment. So this is the Mossy Meadow. Again, we'll just try and put it right in the middle. I'll try and do better this time. It's always hard to do it on camera because I can't get right over the piece. That's a little better. Okay, done with that sentiment. Set that aside. And now I just decided it needed a little something else in the background. So this is just a little 3 flower So I'm just going to take it and just re-inked this. It looks like I missed a spot on it. And just put some up in that corner and then some down in this corner. And put one more right there. There we go. All right, now we're done with our stamping. We'll put it together, and this is where, get rid of that. If you had some extra rib twine, which I do, so let's just do that. I think I'll put it, all right, so I think what I'll do, let me put this on flat first. So this is just my little strip of Designer Series paper. I'm just going to put it, and I have it all the way to the edge. And then this guy, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive in the middle. I'm going to put him on with dimensionals, but I'm going to take some of this twine that I have. So this is what I have left over, because I've already cut for all my cards. For only that one card used it. So I'm just going to wrap this around. Hang on, I gotta grab scissors. Uh-oh. So we'll see if we like this. And then I'll just put it on the back of this. And then you can kind of spread it out a little bit. We can trim, try and get those ends to stick up in there. Or if they won't, then you can always just trim them off. Like that one doesn't seem to want to. So now I'm going to take dimensionals. We'll see if we like this. We're just changing it on the fly. We'll just put that right here. And then you can either leave that hanging or you can cut it off. And it's not going to show up as much on the card as it will down here, but I like that. And then this, more dimensionals. And it's just going to go, so I put that up a little high, so you might want to watch that, because this is going to have to, oh, maybe it can tuck like that. There we go. And let's put our inside piece in. And there you go. And if you get done and you have some extra sequins, then you could always add, those would look real pretty on this pink down here. So you could add some of those too. I'm not going to do that now because I'm going to finish my other cards to be sure I have enough. But then I might come back and add some sequins to it too. So there you go. There are all the cards. Let me get the other ones back, so you can see them all together. So these are the ones that came in the kit, and then this is the bonus one that I'll send you the materials for in the mail. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Betty. I'm glad you liked it. It's always fun to see what I can come up with the stamps that come in the kit. And then don't forget, if you're interested in signing up, if you don't already get this, I will put a link so you can get this stencil for free next time. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. Sorry we had to delay it a week, but I'm glad I finally got mine and was able to do this. And I will see you tomorrow night. I have Facebook Live at 7:30. That will be on my Creating with Cindy group and page. We're going to do something with, I'll just show you a sneak peek. Butterflies, of course, purple butterflies. So I'll show you that tomorrow night. Okay, I think that is it, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow night. Night.